Hey, it's me. I'm back. Yeah, so, hey, hi, hello, and all that good stuff. My name is Allie, and welcome to Mythic Melancholy, where we're all a bit sad, but we're gonna talk about books to make ourselves feel better. So I'm very aware about a couple of things here. First of all, the lighting is not great. It's just the overhead light in here at the moment. I don't know how the audio quality is in this room. And my puppy, who is not allowed up here because there's carpet up here and she's not quite yet potty trained completely, is whining a lot downstairs. And since my husband is not home, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. So I'm hoping it's not too loud in the background of the sounds of sad little puppy cries. She's fine. She has the other dogs with her. She has food, she has water, she has toys, all that stuff. She just is very clingy. She's a puppy. She doesn't like to be separated from me. And being able to hear me up here is probably not doing her very great. Because of the way December went, I didn't get to doing a lot of the kind of prepping for January and getting everything set up. I didn't get to pre-film any content. I just, all of these plans I had of things I wanted to get done before the new year, it didn't happen, okay? It didn't happen. So here we are. My camera is balanced precariously on a stack of books. It's kind of wobbly. This room is not totally set up yet for filming. I don't have any kind of lighting situation going on in here yet. It is what it is. I was like, we're not going to put off filming, okay? This is fine. This will do. We're going to make it work. I just need to get back into the groove of things here. So anyway, you probably don't want to listen to me ramble. Maybe I'll make a different video about my 2023 goals and all that stuff. But let's talk about my January TBR, because that's what I got sitting over here for you today. So my January TBR is featuring Gerbit or Gerbit-a-thon, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know. Which is a Sims themed year-long readathon hosted by Hannah from Letter M, who of course I adore. So I'm joining in. I love The Sims. I love the whole theme of this readathon, the whole thing. There's kind of a lot going on since it's a year-long readathon. I will link the announcement video down below. I'm not going to go into it here. That's why there's an information video. So if you're at all interested, check that out. There's still plenty of time to join. There's so many different ways you can do this readathon, all that good stuff. I decided I am going to have two characters, a baby, so I can start from baby and go up through the years with them. But then I just kind of wanted to be able to like make them actually in game and play this family and stuff. So I also am going to have a young adult single mom. Single mom just by the fact that I didn't want to make more characters than two, and I wanted to have a baby. So we're going with single mom and baby, and the single mom wants to become like an actress or something. That's the career path that I chose for her. So we have some prompts and we have some books. I actually just kind of took all of the things I wanted to read in January or needed to read in January and squished them into prompts. So there's that. If I sound stuffy or if I'm sniffling, I'm sorry. My allergies are just so bad today. I don't know what it is, but I cannot stop sniffling. And my nose is just constantly running. So apologies for sounding like I'm sick. I'm not. I just always sound like this. Let's start off with a super quick little announcement of a book club read-along thing that I am co-hosting for. We did Skullduggery last year. I fell off the tracks on that one, just completely stopped reading them halfway through. My year did what my years tend to do, which is why this year we're just going with the flow of knowing that things are going to get messed up. But these books that we're reading now are really short, and those are The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is the first one. I have a whole set of these little paperbacks. This one is only 180 pages. So if you want to join, there's still plenty of time to join. It's super short. I have started reading it already, and I am annotating it so that I am not just head empty, no thought come the live show. We'll be reading one book a month as we usually do until we complete the series, which I believe is 5 books. I am excited to get to these and also hesitant. I'm enjoying it so far. They're a lot shorter than I thought they were going to be, which I'm actually happy about, because I thought these were like long ass like classic sci-fis. It's more like short modern classic sci-fi. So it's also a comedy, which is a good time. I have a feeling there may end up being things in here that are kind of a product of its time that we may end up discussing, but so far I haven't necessarily come across anything kind of sketchy. And yeah, if you want to hear more about that, we'll have a live show for the first book, probably at some point in February. Next on my TBR is Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. I don't know how many times I've TBR'd this damn book and never even started reading it. Here it is. I'm buddy reading this with Celine and Lizzie. It is part of Celine's Book Wanderers book club. We have a channel in her Discord where we're going to talk about this book. And so hopefully, with Buddy reading it, I will finally get to it. I read Strange Who's Dreamer, I don't know, like 2 years ago at this point or something like that. And I loved it. I thought it was so good. One of my cats is named Laszlo. Like, adored it. It's been so long now, I'm really hoping that I love this. I haven't liked YA fantasy as much in recent years, but I've heard that this one has a very different tone. It's more like the first one is more like a whimsical kind of almost fairy tale type thing. This one's more like a dark fairy tale type thing. I don't know. I'm hoping I like it. Celine is not thinking she's going to like it. She's thinking that she might like parts of it, but she plans on totally making fun of it, which is fine. I am down for all the thoughts and opinions for us to buddy read this. I'm just hoping I love it. Because if I don't, I named my cat Laszlo, and then I only liked the first book. And that would be kind of sad, wouldn't it? Then I am doing a reread, which I don't know if I'll finish this month. This is just kind of something I'm reading throughout the year. I finally got a matching set that isn't like super beat up paperbacks and mismatched paperbacks, which is what I had before, of the A Court of Thorns and Roses books, and I'm going to be rereading them and annotating them. It's trash. They're garbage books, and I love them. They hold, I think, specifically just kind of a special place for me because they're probably one of the very first things I picked up a few years ago as I was getting back into reading. I hadn't been reading a whole lot for much of my late teen to early adult years. And this is one of those first things that I picked up that I like really got into. I really loved it. It was just my kind of thing, especially at the time. And I just still really love them, even if we all know that Sarah J. Maas books are just kind of trash. I'm sorry that I love these. Then I have The Shadow People by Graham Masterson. This was one of the Lunar Book Club picks from last year. There's a couple of these I'm trying to read this month to kind of play catch up a little bit because I'm going to participate hopefully in the live show at the end of the month talking about a lot of the picks from last year, which I have only actually ended up reading a couple of, so I'm trying to finish at least a couple more this month. This one I'm really, really unsure about, but that's actually one of the reasons that this is one I want to pick up. It is a thriller horror, but it's from the perspective of detectives, and I don't normally like reading things from the perspective of any kind of detective, police officer, anything like that. I don't usually enjoy that. I don't like the crime drama aspect of it so much. We'll see. I do like the cover, and I am going to give it a shot. It's like 300 and something pages long, and since it's like a thriller horror, I will probably read rather quickly. Hopefully it doesn't end up being a DNF. That's my only hope really with this one, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage with the detective perspective. Then another one that is catch up for Lunar Book Club is Ashes of the Sun by Django Wexler. This is a high fantasy about a brother and a sister who end up on like opposite ends of, I don't know if it's a war or like just the political divide in this world, and then come back together. Stuff is gonna happen, you know. It's got an absolutely gorgeous cover. I love this cover, and it's a big boy. It's nearly 600 pages, a little bit of a chunk, but this is one of the ones that I really wanted to get to and I'm really excited for, so I'm gonna try to read this month with all the other things that I want to read this month. I went a little too ambitious, again, as one does. I decided one of the things I want to do this year is prioritize new releases if I buy them. I'm on a book buying ban right now, so the only books that will be coming in will be things that are like subscriptions or things I need to get for book clubs, things that I'm participating in. I still have Book of the Month, which is just, I like Book of the Month. I like their prices. I like their selection because I don't tend to always read a lot of the kinds of things that they put out, and I want to read outside of my comfort zone a little bit, I guess. And this month I got Age of Vice by Deep T Kapoor. This is sort of a crime drama, sort of a family drama. I think it's like a literary fiction. It's bigger than I thought. This is like a 500-page book. I don't know, I was not expecting it to be this big, but I'm excited for it. Something about the blurb just kind of caught my attention. It sounds like a lot going on. It sounds like it could have those kind of like sweeping family drama vibes. I don't know what I'm getting at, but I wanted to read it, and here it is, and hopefully I'll get to it this month because it's a new release, and I want to get to new releases not 4 years from now, you know? Then I have one of the Book of the Month books actually from last year, which is Small Angels by Lauren Owen. This is like a gothic, I don't know if it's a thriller, a horror, literary with thrillery aspects. I'm not entirely sure. It's spooky, it's creepy. There's a like sentient woods and terrible history, and this woman is having her wedding in this small town with her husband who used to live in this small town. Just all sorts of things like that. I'm really enjoying the vibes of it. I have read about 100 and some pages of this one already, and I'm enjoying it. It's one of those books where I think a lot of what's going to factor into my opinion of it is how the story goes and how it ends. I am enjoying it so far, but depending on where this goes, I might get bored. We'll see. Then I have another buddy read, which is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This is way out of the things I would normally read, but again, I'm trying to read outside of my comfort zone a little more and figure out what the hell my reading tastes even are, because I'm not sure I know anymore. So this has just blown up, which I just didn't expect. It's been everywhere. It ended up winning Book of the Year for Book of the Month, and it's just everywhere. Like it's blown up, and I'm not really sure why. I'm not sure what is so special about this book, and I'm curious. So I'm buddy reading this one with Celine and I think a couple other people, again, in the Book Wanderers Discord. I've read a very little bit of this so far, like 3 chapters, and I'm enjoying the writing style. I don't know with this one. I have like no predictions on how I'm gonna feel about it, anything like that. It's just very different from anything I would usually read, and it's apparently like a love story, but not a love story, about these 2 like game developers. I don't really know. I'm not even sure what to expect from this. I will also be reading the Lunar Book Club, which is now Lunar Library. I will link a video for the Lunar Library stuff down below. I will be reading their book pick for this month, sometime this month. I can't tell you what it is at this point, but it is a middle grade ghost story, and I'm really excited to get to it. It looks fun. It looks good. I think it's gonna be a good time, and it seems like a good thing to kind of fit into my TBR this month as just a kind of a quick, fun, spooky little middle grade. Yet another buddy read in the Book Wanderers Book Club, can you see a theme here, is Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I don't remember the author's name of this one, but I will put a picture here as I usually do. This is a magical realism Japanese coffee shop story, and that's really all I know about it. I know that it's supposed to be kind of cozier vibes and just, yeah, I don't know. That's it. That's all I know. That's all I need to know. Then I have the pick for Chloe's Crime Scene Corner, which is What Lies Between Us by John Mars. I think we're reading this in a week or two, something like that. I will probably read it during the read-along dates, but I mean, really, you can read it anytime during the month. I have never read a John Mars book. I don't even know what this one is about. I also own The One by John Mars, which I'm really, really interested to get to. So I'm hoping I enjoy this one, or if I don't enjoy necessarily this one, that I enjoy the writing style, because there are a couple other John Mars books that I would really like to give a try. I don't have this one up here with me right now. It's in my stack of special editions, but I got the special editions, the broken binding ones, for the Children of Time series. I've never read any of those books, so I'm really hoping I like them. But mainly I got them because of the gorgeous Galaxy print sprayed edges. I loved Galaxy print, I want to say in my mid to late teen years, and so it just made the little teenage part of my heart very happy, and I really want to have them once I get my bookshelves and things set up. That is another one I am buddy reading with Celine, although we are waiting on her copy to arrive. They are not sure where it is. It is probably stuck with Royal Mail somewhere, so hopefully we will get to that this month, but it depends on the post. Yet another buddy read in the Book Wanderers book club, I think I'm doing 4 of those this month, is Green Glass House, which I'm also buddy reading with Celine. This is a cozy mystery. No, you probably never thought you'd hear me say those words on this channel, but it's a middle grade cozy mystery. I don't like cozy mysteries. I actually hate them quite a lot. They are not for me. Like, I definitely see the appeal of them, but not my thing. I wanted to give this a go anyway because it's in a middle grade, and those kind of vibes in a middle grade just kind of appealed to me for some reason. I was like, you know what? I might enjoy cozy mystery as a middle grade. So I'm just gonna give it a go. I did start it. I'm a couple chapters in. It seems pretty, I guess for lack of a better word, quirky, silly a little bit. It seems like it's just gonna kind of be a fun mystery romp in this wintry hotel mansion house thing. It seems like a good time. It almost kind of gives me like Knives Out vibes, but in a middle grade, except for like, I haven't actually gotten to the mystery part yet. They just started and a bunch of people like showed up at this hotel and they're all like these different characters. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping I enjoy it because there's also a lot more in this series, a lot more stories. And so maybe cozy mystery in a middle grade works for me. There's just a couple more books. There's the Dragon Shifter's Mates. Yes, I'm reading more monster porn. What do you expect at this point from me? This seems quite ridiculous. I am reading this for the Total Bullocks book club, which again, I will link the stuff for down below. The prompt for this month for that book club is short read, and so my brain went short read, quick read, monster porn. Because what else? What else would I do? You know, this is about a woman who is like one of the last dragon shifters or something, and she has 4 mates, I think, or something like that, who are different kinds of shifters, and she has to like get her dragon shifter powers going to save something, and she doesn't have to choose between these mates. She just can have all of them. You know, I don't know that it's gonna be good, but is it gonna be a good time? Probably, and that's what we're here for. So I'm also planning to read Feral Blood, which is the second to, God, if I can remember, it was a while ago I read the first one. But these are like werewolf, fae, smut books. It's more smut books, it's more fantasy, romance, smutty books is what it is. And I'm going to hopefully read that one sometime this month as well. I think that's everything. I'm looking at my list here. And I think that's everything. I think we covered it. I think we talked about all the too many books that I plan to try to read this month. And I've been recording for too long. And it is time for me to go drink some water. Soda. I'm gonna drink a soda. I should drink water, but I'm gonna drink some caffeine instead. Because what else would I do? Anyway, thanks for watching. And I will see you guys in the next one, which will hopefully be sooner rather than later.